Introducing first in the Jeffersonville 2022 4th of July Parade, you have the Jeffersonville Police Department led by Josh Lynch.
Following the Jeff Police Department, we have the Jeffersonville Jrotc carrying our colors. The JROTC is led by Colonel Benning, and they are a pride and joy of Jeffersonville High School.
Wait, what is it? Don't we got the Boy Scouts next? Hey, Boy Scouts next? That's them, right? Yeah, that's them. Following the Jeffersonville ROTC, we got the Boy Scouts Troop and Pack number 1, led by Steven Driver. Following Steven Driver and the Boy Scouts Troop and Pack, you get your first Jeffersonville Fire Department Tower 41, led by Robbie Jackson. Up next, first for the Jeffersonville Sheriff's Department, we have Scotty Maples. Charles Schaefer leading the Veterans in Jeeps, along with Sergeant Victor Singer. Fought in the Army in Korea, led by Jim McCoxey with Navy in Vietnam. Mel Call fought in the Army in World War II, and Joe Metzger in the Navy in Korea. Ralph Lee follows him, a member of the U.S. Army fighting in Korea as well. Finally, Bob Mcintosh, the captain of the Marines in Vietnam from 1966 to 1970, and Sergeant Jim Barrett, a member of the Army and a U.S. veteran. Now, Bill Scott's Military Jeeps Kilroy. The Kilroy Club. Following the Kilroy, next we're going to have Mission Barbecue. The VFW 1833 Clarksville is up next, led by David Stitcher.
And now we have our Grand Marshals, the Greater Clark County School Corporation. We have teachers from all the schools in Greater Clark out here leading us. We have our MC Angie Fitton from Extol Magazine.
Now up and coming, we have a proud member of the Jeffersonville Red Devil family. Please welcome your Jeff High Band. Led by director Adam Miller. The JHS Band is celebrating its 93rd anniversary here in Jeffersonville.
American flag carried by the Boy Scouts led by Kate Scobby.
Now up another member of the Jeffersonville Arts Department. You have the Jeff High Chorus led by Kyle Brody.
And next we have our very own WJHI van. Drove by assistant teacher Clay Abels along with some of our very own WJHI students.
Following your WJHI, you're going to see the Jeff High Alumni Association led by Kelly Allen.
Also with the Alumni Association, we have Coach Wilkerson, Coach Ellis, Coach Norman, and Coach Parker. And we have the Jeff High cheerleaders. And behind the cheerleaders, we have the boys and girls tennis team from Jeff, both sectional champions this year. Let's give them a hand. And coming up behind the tennis team, we have the Jeffersonville High School chess team. Our chess team has a state champion, Mr. Hayden Ogburn, and as a team, they were state runners-up. And coming up behind the chess team, we have the Jeff Aquatic Center. The Jeff Aquatic Center is home to a lot of current Jeff High students and Jeff alumni. Behind the Aquatic Center, we have Summer in the City. Summer in the City is the City of Jeff sponsored summer camp, also home to a lot of current Jeff High students. With the Summer in the City float, we have WJHI's very own Jake Curry. Coming up behind the Summer in the City, we have our mayor, Mike Moore, with his team. Thank you, sweetheart. Let's give Mike Moore a hand, everybody.
Following Mike Moore and leading off the Market Street at Spring, you have the Vintage Fire Department led by Curtis Peters. You can find the Vintage Fire Museum at 1927 Adams Fox Avenue in Jeffersonville, Indiana.
Up now we have the Corvette Club.
As the variety of the legendary vehicle passes by, WJHI would like to give a special thank you to the Close Enough Cafe Bad Gat Boutique, as well as Alcove here in Jeffersonville for letting us use their barricade to film, as well as the Red Yeti, who we set up in front of today. Make sure you stop by and grab something to eat sooner or later.
And pulling up right now, we have Warren and Jill Shim from Shims Candies. As well as Warren and Jill in the car, we have some other Shims assistants handing out candy on the outside. Special shout out to the Shepherds. Shims is one of the oldest buildings on this street, and it's truly a pride in Jeffersonville, and we love having Warren and Jill.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, I know you. Okay, hot dog. There's another one.
The First Savings Bank follows the Shims. Van and Walkers is what they feature, led by Nancy Bowman.
Let's go barbecue.
Carl Truman pulling up now. We can see his tricked out Mustang, as well as the slingshot. And following Carl Truman will be the New Albany High School NJROTC. And the Evel Knievel car.
Following the New Albany NJROTC, you have Awesome Sports and Champs, who feature a truck and a trailer in today's parade, as well as 20 walkers led by Brandy Woods.
Awesome Sports Camp is located here in Jeff on 10th Street if you have little kiddos, and maybe it's a good thing for them. I see a lot of karate going on, which I love to see.
Content? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good. Yes, sir. What? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. Today. We are hard work. We never.
That was really amazing. And following Awesome Sports is the Veterans Club. I'm seeing Jeeps already. This is led by Art Gear, who owns Gear Off-Road on 8th Street.
Following the Jeffersonville Veterans Club, now you have Jeff City Boxing.
Coming up now, we have David Mann in his 1975 Eldorado.
Okay, so you organize it. That's what I was like. Our volunteers was mine. It's like they didn't.
Following up behind, we have First Presbyterian Church, led by Barbara Rapp.
A special shout out as well to the Jeffersonville Main Street host organization who was able to bring this whole parade together this year for all of you guys. So a big thank you to the Jeffersonville Main Street downtown host organization. Following the First Press Church, you have Bill Burns leading the Remax balloon.
That balloon is really releasing fire, everybody.
It's literally a staple of downtown by this point.
Up behind the Remax balloon, we have the Howard Steamboat Museum. The Howard Steamboat Museum is led by Travis Vasconcelos, and they have their float that actually looks like a steamboat. And listen to those pipes, also by the Howard Steamboat Museum.
Following the Steamboat Museum, per tradition, the West Maple Street Baptist Church in their motorized grocery cart. Paul Kinzer leads the Baptist Church today. The motorized grocery cart is an annual tradition for the West Maple Street Baptist Church, and they look to do it for years to come, every Independence Day here in Jeffersonville.
Next up, we have the Ann Rogers Clark chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution. Thank you. Help Services bringing up the rear behind the Daughters of the American Revolution.
That's the leader.
Coming up behind them is the Golden Retrievers. Personally, one of my favorite. Oh.
Yes, they have the dog. Now you got the Louisville League of Mascots Caravan. You've got the Clucker, Musketeer Carl. They're with members of the Girl Scouts of Kentuckiana. Celebrating their 10th anniversary during 2022 and over 900 appearances throughout the community.
Try to give one to person.
People didn't know what they wanted.
Suds, the bubbly shampoo bottle, and Amigo, the green bear, mascots for the league, are on top of the Great Clips pickup truck. He's followed by Subman, the super sandwich from Subway. Subman is someone I've looked up to personally my whole life until I switched up. The Wiener King from Wolf's Pork Wieners in Palmyra, Indiana is up next, supplying all of Southern Indiana's Kroger and JC supermarkets. He was knighted in March 2013 as Sir Wiener King. He gives a 2 thumbs up to the Clark County Daisies, Brownies, Juniors, and Cadet Girl Scouts as they are passing out info and candy about becoming a Girl Scout. Mr. Papa Slice from Papa John's Pizza. He's here as well. Has 40 pizzerias has pizzerias in over 40 countries. Miss Q, the lady pig from Shack in the Back Barbecue in Fairdale, Kentucky, follows them. The League of Mascots brought more of an army than a league with them. Jetman from Jet's Pizza is riding along with Miss Q. He joined the league in 2015 and was knighted as Sir Jetman at Trinity High School in St. Matthews.
You weren't kidding, Blake. The League of Mascots really did bring an army of Jeeps, and I can't say I'm any more in love with what I'm seeing right now. Shout out the pink Jeep. That's my favorite.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was the Louisville League of Mascots. Next up, we have the Cadillac Connection. There are 20.
They didn't hear you, Jaden.
There are 20 cars with the Cadillac Connection, and these are some of the coolest cars I think I've ever seen in my life. Especially with really cool horns, if you all could hear that.
One more time for the people in the back. I don't think they heard you. As the Cadillacs go by, I'd like to mention that WJHI is bringing you this presentation of the Independence Day Parade in downtown Jeffersonville. I am Blake Beams with Jaden Schweitzer. Happy Independence Day to all as we get going with this parade. Special thanks to the Close Enough Cafe, Alcove, and Bad Cat Boutique, all located near 248 Spring Street in Jeffersonville, Indiana, for letting us use his balcony to film today's event. And a special thank you as well to the Red Yeti for letting us set up here in front of the shop.
Blake, I am still so mesmerized by all these Cadillacs. Looking down the road, still all I can see are Cadillacs, and it's making me really, really happy.
I gotta be honest, I really like the license plate. I think I read Boss Hog. Boss Hog right in front of us, ladies and gentlemen. That's the best one I've seen so far, personally.
The Cadillac collection really showed out this year and brought over 20 cars to this parade. I can honestly say that I haven't seen one that looks exactly like another yet, and there's still at least 7 that I can see. Along with these cars just being super pretty to look at, most of them are also decorated with a lot of flags, a lot of red, white, and blue, you know, celebrating Happy Birthday, America.
Great timing. I do see that red, white, and blue alignment in those last 3 Cadillacs. They're a nice, nice touch.
And that was the end of the Cadillac convention. Now we have some motorcycles rolling through. now we have a crowd favorite, the Cozier Shriners coming through. The Cozier Shriners are a staple in this area, especially in Louisville. And Southern Indiana is so grateful for them to come over and join our parade every year, and especially to look at all of the cool cars they bring.
I gotta say, what a collection the Shriners brought out this year. Per tradition, they do go all out for the Independence Day parade. But man, the Jeeps, the lowriders, everything in between, they nailed this year. Once again, the Cozier Shriners.
All the cool Cozier cars, we actually have the float. Again, some beautiful pipes being played. We heard it with the Steamboat Museum float. I'm really glad we get to hear it again. Also some really fun horns on all of these cars. And up behind them, we have some kids from the Jeffersonville Little League. We have some champions pulling up. Everybody give them a hand. We have the 8U baseball champions, followed by the 9 to 11-year-old District 5 champions. Everybody give them a hand. Behind the 9 to 11-year-olds, we have the Major League District champions, also from Jeff. Give them a hand, everybody. Behind our Jeff Little League, we have J-Dog junk removal and hauling in some really cool trucks. J-Dog junk removal and hauling is American owned and veteran operated, so give everybody a hand this Independence Day. And behind J-Dog, we have Lynch Services with a bucket truck. So look way up if you want to see a Jeff alum up there.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Again, Lynch Services with the bucket truck and trailer. Up now, we have the Clark County, Indiana Democrats. And behind them, we have Kevin Bissing in a Cobra replica, which is super cool.
Following Kevin Vissing in his Cobra replica, you have Scott Hawkins, the state representative.
You also may know Scott Hawkins because he is a teacher at Jeff High. If you recognize Scott Hawkins' car, or your kids do, it's because it is a replica of the Hudson Hornet from Cars. So if you think you know it, you do a little bit. It is a replica of the Hudson Hornet, super cool car.
Jaden, I gotta say, you gotta put some respect on his name. That's 3-time Piston Cup champion Hudson Hornet.
They need one more piece, like this guy right here.
That's my favorite flavor. Thank you, Mr. Hawkins. And behind Mr. Hawkins for state representative, we have Danny Yost for auditor. And behind Danny Yost, we have Ryan Lynch for clerk, along with a lot of supporters. Give them a hand, everybody. Ryan Lynch also has a Jeep with him. You know, Jeeps are the way to my heart. And behind Ryan Lynch, you have some Clark County judges. And right behind the judges, you have Scotty Maple for sheriffs and his huge group of walkers. Maybe if you give him a smile, they'll throw you some candy.
You're welcome.
Along with Scotty Maples, we have the infamous elephant being dragged by a Jeep truck. Again, way to my heart. And walking with Scotty Maples, we have Brad Jacobs, Clark County Court Judge, Brad Jacobs. Man, I gotta say thank you to all these people who are passing out candy. My pockets are getting filled over here.
I am good. He does. Oh, he got one.
Scotty Maples also with a super cool white Corvette. We have Steve Gill for recorder behind Scotty Maples. Also with a super cool Camaro and candy. Again, flash him a smile, you might get a piece.
bring this one? Yeah. Do you know, is this?
We now have some restored antique cars rolling through. A 1922 Model T Coupe.
See the end of it down there, so at the end of it, back on Main Street.
I'll do.
Look at that Ford. It's got a sliding door on it. Back from 1924, the Model T delivery truck. "98 years old as of this year. About to celebrate a century. It's even got the Clarksville, Indiana shrine onto it.
Sanchez Construction pulling up behind the very pretty old delivery truck. Aramark coming up behind Sanchez Construction.
Okay.
Also coming behind, we have the Taylor Cereal Bowl Kitchen delivery golf carts. I've never seen a golf cart that delivers milkshakes, but that's a golf cart I can get behind.
Once again, we thank you for showing up to the Jeffersonville Independence Day Parade. I'd like to give a few special thank yous before we head out of here. First, we'd like to thank the Jeffersonville Main Street Host Organization. They're the ones that put this all together for everybody, so please, a huge round of applause for the Jeffersonville Main Street Downtown Host Organization. Make sure to join them in Warder Park after the parade. WJHI would also like to thank a few restaurants right behind us. First of all, the Red Yeti for letting us set up in front of them today. So a big special thank you to the Red Yeti. Close Enough Cafe. That's where we were able to set up one of our cameras on their balcony. So if you want to catch this feed, once again, it's going to be up on the WJHI YouTube channel. You might be able to also catch a few episodes of the Take the Heat podcast, featuring myself and, of course, Jake Curry. There's also Alcove that's located at 246 Spring Street right next to the Close Enough Cafe, as well as the Bad Cat Boutique right next to those two, which is an art gallery area that you'll have a fun time looking around there. And once again, this was the 4th of July Independence Day Parade. A big, big thank you to the Jeffersonville Main Street Downtown Host Organization. You've been listening to WJHI. I'm Blake Beams, joined by Jaden Schweitzer, and we wish you all a very happy 4th of July.